A Raleigh bee farmer is getting help from the community after a bear destroyed more than $10,000 worth of his bees and honey. It happened while the hives were being used to pollinate crops in Duplin County.
Troy Olson says he was on the brink of closing down after this happened. He owns Heaven Sent honey, and after the loss, he said this might be enough. Until supporters convinced him to launch a GoFundMe account. WRAL's Keenan Willard shows us what happened next.
In his backyard in Raleigh, Troy Olson is salvaging what he can. These beehives are the backbone of his company, Heaven Sent Honey. But they're recovering from a major hit that sounds straight out of a storybook.
This is just one that survived. Most of them that the bear actually got a hold of, he just ripped to pieces.
On November 22nd, Olson got a text from a farmer he was working with. It said a bear had destroyed 38 of Heaven Sent's beehives, leaving a trail of destruction behind.
Everywhere you look, the bears have torn this completely apart.
Olson lost hundreds of pounds of honey, nearly his entire fall harvest.
But the biggest loss is the future loss, the loss of not having those hives next year. The cost of having to start over to start those hives back over.
Altogether, Olson says the bear did more than $10,000 in damage. He told his usual farmer's market he was considering shutting down Heaven Sent Honey for good.
This kind of puts it over the top where you just don't, it hurts. You don't want to do it no more. So they, came back to us and said, no, we want to help. We want to do something. We don't want you to stop.
Last week, supporters convinced Olson to launch a GoFundMe, asking for $15,000 to help the business get back on track for next year. In a matter of days, donors have already raised more than $8,600.
I'm just absolutely amazed. Never done anything like it before. Never dreamed that it would, take off and do well. But it's going to, allow us to replace all these bees.
Keenan Willard, WRAL News.
Well, let's hope he can use that money and get things started back up. Good for him.